Hi, yeah, now it's working. Hello, how are you doing? How are we doing today? Give me a second. I want to put like music on. Yes, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. A little bit too loud, but it's okay. I think the music like that is good. Oh, you cannot even hear the music. My bad. Wait. I think now it's better. No, you still. Oh, yeah, now I can hear it. All right. Yes, how are we doing? For the fifth time. Good morning. The point of these streams, it's nothing like too big. Mostly just, people talk about their stuff, and I talk about my own experience, like, because I'm not a therapist, but I just like to share my part of the experience, like the things that I've learned in life. Just simply talking, actually. It's just like simply talking about it, like they're just simply talking about, yeah, life, I guess. How's Asya? She's sleeping right now. Yep, sleeping. Do you like Simpson? I think so. Sometimes. Oh man, I hope you get your. I hope you're gonna be able to do well with your finances. That Marigold, I'm sorry. I hope you're gonna do well. Very well. For some reason, I did not hear the donation, but Jessa Girl, thank you so much. Random, but here super chat. Thank you so much, Jessa Girl. I appreciate it. How to stay. I think generally about staying hopeful and optimistic, it's such a tricky one, because like I think we all have different experiences, obviously, and different lives. I think personally for me, whenever I feel like my brain just stopped working there for a second. I just cannot find a sentence that fits my thought right now. I don't know. I think I don't really have a choice. I have to stay optimistic. Like, if I'm gonna keep thinking negative and just like be hopeless, It's not gonna help anybody by the end of the day, right? So I might as well just be optimistic. Even if it's like stupid optimistic, even if like my way of optimistic seems stupid to other people and unrealistic, it's realistic to me, right? So like I don't see a reason why I should not be optimistic. I can say everybody's gonna turn out shit, and I can also say everybody's gonna turn out great. Both things can be true. Both things can be true, you know. So like, I would rather pick the good one. I would rather say it's gonna turn out well. I like to keep in my mind. Like to that anything can happen, you know, and not everything is gonna go my way or the way I would love to. And that's okay, because that's also part of life. Not everything is gonna go your way, but that doesn't mean that you should like feel hopeless about it. As funny as these people do say, when you fall down, you need to get up again, because that's literally how it works, you know. It's okay to feel those things too. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel like hopeless, because those are your feelings, right? If you're not gonna feel those things, you're just gonna suppress it, and it's gonna turn into something bigger. So it's okay to feel things and then to let them go. But if you're not gonna feel those things and you're gonna just put it away, it's only gonna grow bigger, and then one day you're gonna explode. Yeah. Thank you, Blaze. I appreciate it. That's very, very lovely. I'm glad. I hope you're also gonna do super well. Super, super well. How would you know when you have felt an emotion well enough to let them go? Maybe. Give me a second. Whenever people question, like, I like to imagine myself in a situation. I'm trying to like think when I feel like I'm done with, you know, feeling it. I think it really depends on exactly what happened and why you feel sad about it, because you cannot compare like two things at once, you know. But sometimes when I do feel overwhelmed and anxious, I like to not hide it, and I am like, if I feel like I really need to cry, it's just gonna happen eventually. So like, but if I'm gonna keep pushing it away, it's just gonna grow bigger. Basically, if you feel sad, it's okay to feel sad, but you also need to know when to take a break and stop, I think. Because during my daily life, I need to be there for myself, right? Like, sometimes I had times where I just wanted to cry the whole day. I wanted to hide. I didn't want to do anything. Like, I just sometimes feel like I want to hide, run away, and just like disappear and just like be left alone. Like, I just feel super overwhelmed, right? And you know, and sometimes you gonna like, I would have like mental breakdowns. But at the same time, like after having this mental breakdown, let's say for maybe like an hour, right? I would be like, okay, girl, you cried your eyes out, you cried your soul out. Okay, that's good for now. But you need to get up now and you need to do work, because you need to do your work. You know, like you can't just like the time doesn't stop. You know, nothing stops. And but I did take the time to feel it. I didn't suppress my emotions. I allowed myself to react to my emotions, you know. And maybe next time I'm gonna do it again. It's not like I'm gonna cry about one time and that's done. I still cry about some topics to this day, like not every day, but like there are just some things that still make me sad maybe once in a while. But what I'm just trying to say is that I'm not gonna beat myself up because of it. But it's just like, I guess the way I do it is I feel it, I cry, and depending on what I have planned for that day, even if I have nothing planned, I'm probably like, I think probably I would just like stop myself and I would be like, girl, that was like a lot and you felt all of it, but take a little break now, okay? Maybe make yourself some tea, maybe get yourself a little treat, you know, maybe take a nap, you know, kind of trying to calm myself down too, I guess, talking to myself, you know, and it helps. Personally, it helps me. Bruh. I don't know if that made any sense at all what I just said, but I hope so. Oh wow, a lot of things. I don't. Music helps me loads. Yes. Music helps quite a lot. It really depends on what we're listening, but like I understand that I also have songs that like make me feel even more emotional. And I like to feel it. I'm gonna like, if I have a song that I really connect to, like maybe the lyrics, I would sometimes just like you know, cry and sing in my car, because you know, I don't think that I don't see why not. I don't feel like my gender sometimes, but I don't want to be non-binary or considered trans. I just kind of don't feel like a normal inside gender. That's okay. Do you need to feel a certain something? I'm just saying, I'm personally a person, I do not like labels very much. Because I feel like we change every day, right? So and I don't really like to fit in a specific criteria because, you know, again, everything changes, and like I'm not always gonna fit a specific criteria, I feel like. And I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna be myself. Like, I don't need like a label to describe who I am, you know? So that's also like about other people. Honestly, like I do think I'm not sure what, like how, like what, I don't know what things are there that would make you feel like more confident with it. But I guess each day is different, maybe. It sounds so stupid, but like, just be you? Just be you? Because like, I don't know how else to explain it, because like, I already said it. Sometimes we just like feel, we just like, and we ourselves are not really able to explain it, but we just feel like something is like not for us. I mean, you can also still give something else a try and then say whether you like it or not, you know? Because like, I'm trying to like also give things a try first before I say I like it or not, because by the end of the day, I'll never be completely sure about my opinion of something if I didn't try it yet, you know? Kind of funny enough, like, I'm also trying to do that with food because I'm a picky eater, but it also applies to a lot of different things in my life. Because I'm gonna be honest, I feel so much better because I feel like a year ago I was like in my small cage in my brain, and because I would just like not do things that I usually don't do. But I've been trying just to simply be open and try things out first before I say no. And yeah, you know, just being open about it. So we'll see. My eyes are kind of bad today. I don't know why. They kind of hurt a little bit. Like, I'm trying to read the text and it's like a little bit blurry. I don't know if the glasses that I have is gonna help me, because well, those are not like reading glasses. They're like glasses for this like light. Okay, let me see. Bro, I cannot read. Maybe I'm just tired? I am alright, I think, but wait. You know what? I'm just gonna give that a try. Hold on. I don't know if that helps anyway, but I'm gonna gaslight myself into thinking it's helping me. So yeah, it's helping me. Okay. Okay. Let me put the text maybe over somewhere else, on another screen. Okay, that's better. Now I can see the text right in front of me. Let me see. Hi, V, remember me? I hope you're doing great. I have a problem from 3 years now. My music teacher gets mad with everyone for no reason. Any advice to pass my fear of this teacher? I would appreciate it. The reason why I'm smiling right now is because I talked about this with my best friend because she told me a thing about her, like, because when she was in school, she also had a music teacher who was like just like angry, just like, complaining quite a lot and stuff like that. And basically, yeah, he would just complain a lot, I think, and angry. And she spoke up basically because I think it was something about he wanted the students to do a cover of a specific song, and when the students were trying to do the cover, he was complaining because he said they're not singing it right, like they're not hitting the notes right, or like in the way it was intended to be. And she basically said that hold on. La la la. What did I just read? So I've been struggling with my mental health for a bit now, and my friend knows about it, but she told me if you wanna ever, you should. I don't know if she was joking or not, but it's still her, and I don't know what to do. Tell her about it. Like, don't do that anymore. Like, hey, this made me very uncomfortable. And I would appreciate if you would not joke about it like that anymore. That's pretty much it. And after that, she would like have to say, hey, I respect your boundaries, and I'm sorry that I made you uncomfortable, and I'm not gonna do that again. I know, I mean, like, even if she was joking, you know, if my jokes are gonna make someone uncomfortable, I'm not gonna do that again, you know, especially if it's my friend. That's pretty much what you have to do. Communicate, be open, just say, hey, it's make me uncomfortable. Don't go around it. Just go straight to the point. I've always struggled with self-worth ever since I was 10. It's gotten kind of worse, but I try to surpass it by distracting myself. Any other ways to help? Try to not suppress it. Try to maybe work on it instead. You don't need to do a lot of work at the start, you know, and nobody's expecting you to change everything like in the first try. Things like that take a lot of like time, and it's gonna also take a lot of like failures, but you gotta get up again. I did. And I think the journey is for everybody different. My journey, because I thought very low myself a few years back. But I think personally for me, one of the reasons why I was able to appreciate myself is because I had wonderful friends who taught me that you know, that I'm important and I have a worth. And they basically pushed me to, you know, to be better. And I think when I started going to therapy, because my insecurities were getting in the way of my friendships, because I would overthink when people would not invite me. I would start panicking. Like, I would think somebody's angry at me just because they responded differently, and I would just overthink a lot. Like, there was no issue at all, but I would make a very big issue of it in my head, and I would stress myself over it. But because I was like, okay, but why? Like, why was I not invited? Like, don't they want me to be there? Like, do they not like me that much anymore? Like, I thought people enjoy my company. Like, why I'm not invited? But like, the thing is, I don't have to be everywhere. Even if people like, I like people, I have people I love, but I still want to have some time to myself. You know, that, like, and that's the thing. It's just like, it's nothing personal at all. It's just like, we all need time to ourselves, and like, maybe sometimes we want to spend time like with somebody else, and that's also okay. And it took me just a while to kind of understand it, you know. I do feel like while I was in therapy, sometime feels a little bit blurry to me to have some specifics, but I think for me to understand that I should actually just like appreciate myself, is the love I have for like other people that are important to me. And for example, like my mom, like I'm a literal copy of my mom, okay? In almost every aspect. And you know, sometimes when I think about my mom and just like in the situations where I feel bad for her and where I feel like protective over her, you know, when maybe somebody like is being like rude to her, and I know that her intentions are like the most pure, but she's just like a little bit silly. Like she just doesn't know how to. She's just silly, you know, and people are gonna think that maybe that's stupid, and they're gonna think that, you know, they're not gonna take her seriously, and it makes me so sad. But like, it made me also realize that it made me realize that like I'm literal copy of my mom, and basically I think what I'm trying to say is that I deserve the same like amount of love and appreciation the way I have it for other people around me. And I know what I deserve, you know, when it comes to relationships and stuff like that and everything else, and you know, getting the clothes that I want, dressing myself, you know, the way I feel most comfortable in, and just prioritizing my happiness, you know, over everything else. I feel like sometimes I think sometimes when I talk I kind of start to get loose, like I get a little bit off track, if you know what I mean. My bad. But yeah. Ooh. Hey V, do have advice on my situation. My friends keep lying to me and not. Okay, my bad. So, hey V, do you have advice on my situation? My friends keep lying to me and it's not respecting my boundaries as well as cussing at me. But it's hard to not be friends because I really know them my whole life. Time is not everything. Like, it doesn't matter how long you know somebody, because you kind of already have the sign that they're not really like treating you like a friend. I had people who I was friends with like for 8 years, but they were not treating me like a friend proper. Like they did not respect me, they did not like respect my boundaries, a lot of things. But I'm just saying, like, no matter how many years you're gonna know someone, it's not always a sign of a good friendship, okay? Like, I've known my best friend now for like 5 years. But I can tell you already, like, even after 1 year we known each other, we already like clicked, and we treat each other with respect. We respect each other's boundaries. and everything else, we went through a lot of things together. And I do have to say, like, you also find out who your friends are in situations where people kind of show their true colors, you know? And sometimes you don't even need to have a situations for people to show their true colors, because they're already doing it, and yeah, I lost my thought. I wanted to say something else and I forgot it. Yeah. No matter how many years you're friends with someone. That's also why people say you should always go on a vacation with your friends. And that's why people also joke about it when they come back from vacations and they're not friends anymore. Because that's also how people sometimes, like, see each other's, like, true faces or, like, colors. When you're on a vacation with somebody else, you're practically living with them, and yeah. Hey, so I was the girl. Who had friends to say I should get the. I tried to talk to her about it after she said it. All she said was to calm down and learn to take a joke or something like that. Well, fuck her. I don't know what else to say. I said everything. I don't know. Like, you can't. The disrespect, ew. It reeks. It reeks. I hate when I hate that. I hate when you tell somebody you feel uncomfortable, and instead of taking out, like, accountability, and not just like, just not even that, but simply, like, caring. Like, if I have a friend and they're gonna come to me and they're gonna say, hey, like, because I had it, like, a few times, obviously in my life, when, somebody would come to me and say, hey, I didn't really like what you said, or like what you like did, or maybe it was not very nice. I almost get a heart attack every time, because I'm like, oh my god, like, that was, like, not my intention at all. Like, I am so sorry. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh my god, I did not, like, want to, like, make you uncomfortable in any type of way, and I hope, like, you can forgive me, and just, like, I'm not gonna do that again in the future, but thank you so much for telling me, right? Because, like, it's the fact that you pointed out to them that you feel uncomfortable, and they just didn't give a fuck. Well, I guess you won't give a fuck if we not gonna be friends anymore. So bye bye. Like, the fuck am I supposed to say? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, lick your feet? Like, kiss your feet? What? Go and do those jokes in the mirror. Like, go and tell that to yourself. Maybe you're gonna laugh then. I guess that's funny to you. So I'm sorry, that made me kind of angry a little bit. Sorry. I think it's because I remember when I would tell somebody I feel uncomfortable, and they also told me that they're just joking, but, like, that made me. I don't like when people do that. Those are not friends. Do you like mayonnaise? I love mayonnaise. Oopsie. Excuse me, sorry. Um. La la la. Okay, hi there. I'm in a particular situation where I feel like people are taking advantage of me just because I like helping people with mental health issues. I feel like I can't escape, but I'm stressed. Yeah. I feel like I think maybe those people, like, I don't know for sure. I'm just saying like what I think right now. Because I know that people, when they maybe deal with like their own mental problems, that they don't do it on purpose, you know, when they like, I don't know, either like vent a lot or just like come to you only to, you know, to vent, I guess. But I also want you to remind I also want to remind you that you're also a person, and you also need to take care of your own mental health. Because if you're not, you know, this thing when people say, if you're gonna have an empty cup, you're not gonna be able to fill others people's cup. Like, you want to help other people, well, you can't because you have nothing in your cup. So like, you really need to help yourself first before you're gonna help others, because, you know, it's not gonna help anyone by the end of the day. And I just want you to remember that you're also a person, and your mental health is also as important like as others people's. And it's not selfish, to take care of that first. It's not, okay? And even if it is, if people say that's selfish, okay, fine, I'm selfish. Like, I told you like before, I don't like labels, and I also see just like, at this point I'm just tired like with explaining myself and explaining why and how and this and that, to the point like, you know what? See me in the way you want to see me. I'm not gonna fight you about that. I have better things to do than that. Like, you know, if something seems selfish to you, then fine, I'm selfish then. If loving myself, I remember I posted something on my Instagram story, and I mentioned something with like, I think self-love, or just like, I don't remember, something about, I think, self-love. And then somebody said, oh, that's actually narcissism. Fine, I guess. I don't know, bruh. We are only human. That is so true. We are only human. Just like the ants. You know, you walk past by and then you see a bunch of ants just working, running back and forth. That's what we are. Man. Yeah. It's possible to be empathetic and take care of yourself. Yes, it is. I think it's hard to learn for some people because it was hard for me. And it's still hard for me sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm trying my best. So, yes. It's just a very good reminder is always to, like, if your cup is not full, you're not gonna be able to help other people. So take care of yourself first, and then you're gonna be able to help others. Mm. Nor do I have any advice. I'm gay and a fanboy, but I don't know how to tell my parents due to them being homophobic. I'm scared that will see me as less and dislike me. Any tips? Well, one thing I know is that lying to yourself about who you are is not gonna end good. And you should stay true to yourself. And one thing I can tell you, I personally think that no matter what happens, and no matter how the situation is and how tough it is, I think by the end of the day, a parent doesn't have a choice but to love their child. I don't think a love is something you control, like, especially if it's your own child. Because you know how people say, like, you love your children unconditionally? So it's kind of like, it's a complicated thing, but that's just how I think about parents and stuff like that, or just like family and friends in general, you know? Yeah. Well, but I do hope you're gonna feel fulfilled and free one day without worrying about things like that. I don't know how to deal with it, but my class keeps on bullying me about my art, and then when I need to do an assignment for art, everyone suddenly gets kinder. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool for you. No, I get it. I get it. I'm honest with you. I don't know exactly what you should do about it. I do know it sucks, and I know what you're talking about. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, and children can be evil. They can be very, 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 very mean. And yeah. The only thing I can think about is just try not to take it too hard, really. Them making fun of your art, please don't take it seriously. Like, that's the only thing I beg of you. Don't take it seriously. Because, like, there are so many, just like, you have to think about so many instances, like, where children get bullied in school just because for being, like, a little bit different. And it's kind of like, you know, what other children are being taught at home. And I think in some cases it's just simply like when they see that there's something that, like, is not normal to them, they feel like they can make fun of it, because that's the only perspective they have. They don't have any other perspective, you know. And that's why I think please don't take it seriously and don't take it too hard, because yeah. My doggy is sleeping. No, where'd she go? She was just sleeping here. Asya! 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 She's not gonna come. What? Nirami, help. The friends I'm surrounded by treat me like trash and think I don't deserve to be alive. Baby girl, those are not your friends. What are you talking about? Those are your enemies. My friends think I should not be alive, and that's not your friend, that's your enemy. What are you talking about? Just because they're getting shipped with me, and because of that I make everything a joke. Those are not your friends. No. That's not your friend. That's not, no. That there is nothing I can say about it. Like, go. No. No, we're not doing this. My mother says a mental health is a joke and it's not true. Yeah. I respect parents, but as a person to person, I don't think your mom is right. Yeah. The statement is not right. You know? Well, I can tell you one thing. Back when I was in school, I told my mom something about having depression maybe, and she did not believe me. And like now when I talk to her, she's like, yeah, I thought it was not true, but it was. I think because to her she said like she thought that she thought it kind of runs in the family. Like she thought like nobody in the family has it, so why would you have it? You know, but yeah, now she knows that it has nothing to do with that actually. Man, I need to put the glasses back on. Ugh. Give me a second. What? What the? Guys, Most of the time I read things here and I'm like, that's not your friend. That's literally like, that's... This person hates you. What are you talking about? How do I do... Okay, my bad. My bad. I read wrong. I misread. It's still awful, but I misread. Basically, it was actually different. How do I deal with off-the-boundary bullies that stab a pencil in my back until it bleeds and forced to keep doing my work and say nothing about it? I don't want to go to school. Honey, please tell someone. You're not alone with this. Please tell someone, either your parents or the school. Like, I know it's hard, but like, it's like, I think everybody, like, I think if you would have a room with people, let's say you have a room like of 10 people, and you're gonna tell that to the people in a room that these persons are doing this to you, I'm pretty sure all 10 people would say that's awful, we need to do something about it. And maybe there's a chance like it's only 9 people, 9 out of 10, like 9 out of 10 are saying that's awful, we should do something. Like, but what I'm trying to say, the majority would say, hey, that's fucked up, we need to do something about it. So please do something about it. That is not normal. That is awful. Mm-hmm. Mm. Brain turned off. I love it when Ryan becomes a therapist. No, I'm not. Like, I'm not a therapist. Please remember that. I'm just simply sharing, like... No, I get the joke. I get the joke. I'm just saying, like, for people who, like, maybe think it seriously, please remember, I'm just sharing my, experiences and things I've learned. But, yeah. Just talking about stuff, generally. um... Hey, V, I need advice. I have a friend, well, a manipulative one, and we're going through some drama right now, and she's ignoring me and trying to stay away from me. I told her how I felt, but she just ignored me. Well, listen. If you're gonna try to fix something, and you need 2 people to fix it, but you're the only one fixing it, it's not gonna be fixed. Like, that's how it works. It's a 2 people task, so you're not gonna be able to do it by yourself. So like, if the other person is not helping at all, well, I guess there's nothing to be fixed, honestly, you know? I think I'm getting a little bit EP, a little bit tired, bro.
Love from the first light. I was taken, you stirred from a dream. You were not yet awakened. I knew this feeling would stay always. But some things in life you can be certain, like birds in the ceiling who keep returning. I fly across the ocean, never lose my way.
I am taking care of my mental health. Thank you very much. Don't worry. But I do think maybe, I'm gonna leave. I think I'm maybe gonna. Oh shit! I cannot even talk anymore. I said I think I'm probably gonna like end it here because I'm feeling a little bit tired now. um. Yeah. I'm gonna go rest. Take care of yourself, guys. Get yourself a little treat. And I'll see you tomorrow as usual. Okay. Wonderful. Have a very, very good day. A week, a month, a year. Okay, bye.